Joining us today on the Everyman podcast is a returning guest, great friend of the show, guitarist for one of my favorite bands of all time. He is none other than Dustie Waring of the Grammy-nominated Between the Buried and Me. Dusty, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Good to see y'all
Sup,
again.
Dust?
Absolutely, man. Good to see you. And you know, I was looking back in the archives, and last time we had you on the show was about 6 months ago, episode 82. So if you're checking out the podcast for the first time and you want to get a little bit of Dusty's kind of backstory and what we've talked about up to this point, maybe go and check that out. It's on the YouTube there, episode 82. And you know, a couple weeks ago, Btbam made an announcement that you guys are doing another live stream. So I reached out to you, said, "Hey, bro, you want to come on and talk about the live stream?" So here we are. So right off the bat, man, what's going on? What have you been up to?
Man, you're looking at it. Not a whole lot. We just in December finished recording the new record. So for several months before that, we were all just kind of hard at work at that, because first record we've ever written over the internet, essentially, away from each other. So that was interesting. And
How do you now how does that process work for you guys as a band? Is Paul starting with something, or you starting with something, and then it just gets passed around?
everyone, man, everyone. I mean, Blake has this MIDI guitar program now where he can write guitar riffs via MIDI.
Wow.
And it's kind of hilarious because he's our drummer. And he was writing guitar parts that were actually good. So we just
It's a talented
we would
boy.
just take them and kind of, we pretty much used them how they were, but we would just kind of put our touches on them a little bit. But so everybody would email ideas they had, whether it was riffs or sections, and once we were like, all right, we're going to start writing the record, we just kind of picked a starting place. And there was a song where I had Blake just track the drums, and I just recorded all the guitar to it and sent it. And then there were songs where Dan did that, songs where Tommy did that, songs where Paul's more of a power tab or a Guitar Pro guy. But the crazy thing about that program Blake has is you can import Guitar Pro MIDI.
Shit.
And it like,
what's that? Do you know what that software's called?
you'll have to ask him.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him.
You'll have to ask
That
him.
sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I mean, it doesn't sound super fake, which is weird. It just sounds like distorted guitar, and he really surprised me, man. He, I mean, guy's talented as shit, but it was cool, man. He came up with a bunch of really cool parts that ended up being some of my favorite stuff on the record. So, but yeah, we spent months doing that, kind of maxing our brains out. And then we went in before Thanksgiving, or no, wait. Yeah, like a week before Thanksgiving, we started drums. And then right after Thanksgiving, we started guitars. And I think we went until right before Christmas. It was fun, man, to be together, after all this time apart. I think we would all agree it's probably our best work.
Wow.
We're really, really stoked on it, man. More stoked than we've been on a record. It's been a long time since we've been this fired up to share. But it's, I can't really give out any more details, but I'm really fired up on it. Everything came out really well. But yeah, man, that's you're looking at it. I've been just working out, watching a lot of TV series, playing guitar, sitting around waiting to see when life is going to come back,
Hell yeah.
Yep.
How was it getting back with the Broskies, man? I mean, I bet that felt great, man.
It did, man. Obviously there's a lot of stress when you're going in to do a record, playing the kind of stuff we do. Like it's a damn workload, man. But it's it was just fun, man, to be able to be in the same room with people you've spent, the last 17 years with or something like that. And Tommy lives really far away, and having him there and being with Jamie, you know how it is being with Jamie, man. He's hilarious.
It's
So
the
it
fucking
was
king.
just it was nice.
The
And I was with
man.
my family, got to be with my family, and it was a really good time, man. It was real cleansing. It was different for me, man. It's the most clear-headed I've been during a record in my whole career. So I had a really good time, man, and I think it's gonna show when people hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell
When you
yeah.
tour all the time for years and years, you know this, man. Playing ball, like, you can, not like you mean to, but you can take it for granted because of
Yeah.
the repetitiveness of it. And
Yeah.
then when all that shit gets taken away, um, I think it's really done a lot for a lot of people to just be like, damn, I'm never gonna complain about anything ever again. And every
Yeah.
little ounce of um that I can have again is, I'm just gonna like sit in it and enjoy every moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be present, bro. That's what it's all
Yeah,
about,
man.
man. Love that shit.
Yep. Yep.
Happy for you, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about working with Jamie and where you guys were. So again, I always kind of always keeping tabs on what the Btbam social media is, and when you guys announced you were in the studio, and I started seeing photos of where you were, I was like, oh, it's the basement. It's back the old stomping grounds. Like where you guys made so many of your most well loved, well received. The records that you guys kind of grew up from being young men musicians to grown ass men musicians. And the last couple, you guys have tracked them in different places, and you were kind of like you said, you're back in Winston in the basement. There's that vibe. How much of that do you think went into what you're saying is your best work? Do you think that was a big part of it?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure some of that um was a factor for sure. But at this point, with the team we have, the combination of um producer, engineer, we don't really need to go anywhere else, man. We kind of have a magic system dialed in, and we're really comfortable at Jamie's house, man, with him. Be hanging out, and his kid Leo come down, party with you for a second. You know, man, we've been recording with Jamie. I mean, I recorded with Jamie the first time when I was like 15 or something, 14, 15, I can't remember. Um, Same with Paul and Tommy, probably back in like 2000 or something. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a long, long journey, man, and it's totally comfortable. So, um, I think I think people are going to be excited, man. Like everything they like about BT Bam, past and present, will be will be there for them with this one.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it.
Even some newer, you know, shit that we haven't done yet. So, um, it was a good time, man. Some parts of it is kind of cloudy because all that just having to store all that shit in your brain momentarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of, there's parts of it that are kind of cloudy. Um, but yeah, man, it was a good time. I was glad to be able to do it. There's a lot of people that haven't had that opportunity. They've been just completely separated.
Yeah.
No performance, no recording, no nothing. So um, I feel gratitude for at least that. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was telling you, Dusty, I've been playing a lot more lately, and I was kind of having a conversation with some of the guys from the band, and every band is in the same position right now for the most part. Like you look at Dream Theater and what they're doing, and you look at you know whether it's Devin Townsend or Periphery or you guys, like everyone in even Bruce Springsteen, like it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody's having to figure out how to reinvent and like, not only communicate to their audience, but engage with their audience in a way that's like, doesn't seem like it's a money grab. It's an authentic experience that you really get something from, like you do when you go to a show. And the magic formula hasn't quite been figured out yet by like any one person, because there's still that distance between it, and eventually maybe it's a technology thing, I don't know. But I think how you guys approached your stream the first time, live from Blake's parents' house, just the energy and the camaraderie that was on display there, I think that's as close to that emotional connection that you can get doing a live stream. It's really, it's a hard thing to pull off. So did you learn anything, kind of coming out of that first experience as you're going and doing the recording from the record, because it was a little bit different? Did that come into, your rehearsal at all?
The way we recorded guitars on the new record with this guy, direct. So we kind of noticed from the stream that it does sound pretty good and it's very practical. Well, we won't do that live, obviously, but yeah, I mean, it's just important to, be rehearsed and be comfortable enough by the time you do it that it's not something new, because it's like nerve-wracking as shit. I mean, you're playing directly on the internet. There ain't no auto tune or editing. So you need to be rehearsed, you need to be comfortable, you know what I mean? And I think it made us more comfortable with the idea of doing stuff like this from the response we got from the first one. There was a ton of viewers and there was a ton of great feedback. People seemed to be like stoked. They weren't like, oh, well, this is kind of some bullshit. They were like, this rules.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could like, in a perfect world, it may like look cooler to be at like a venue with full production, but when you haven't worked in a year, that's not really an option. So I think it's kind of special. Like Blake's parents' house is where we started. It's where me and Blake started in high school. And that's where we were for, a year or two when the band started. And Blake built that drum booth. So it's a great setup down there now. We have our own soundboard and we have an engineer. So, it's, I don't know, man, there's something very us about it. You know what I mean? We've never been like this big flashy band with like a bunch of buses and semis and shit. We're just kind of some dudes that get up there and just focus on sounding better rather than looking all gnarly. So I think it kind of,
but at the same time though, you guys have developed a very unique and memorable like stage show, like you on and I can attest, like, yeah, there's not a ton of trailers and a huge crew. It's a tight knit family, and you guys put on a show that rivals, bands that are loading, a truck full of lights and stuff. So you guys definitely know how to put on a big, memorable experience. And I think that's, for me, as somebody who follows the band over a period of time, that's what's appealing to seeing you guys play in a basement. And the reason is, I was saying, so Sam and I, my fiance, when we're hanging out, just sitting around, instead of watching, Seinfeld for the 1,000th time, we watch different concerts, live performances and stuff. And came across, like the Colors DVD from 2004 or whatever it was. And, we were laughing.
2008.
Is that what it was? We were laughing at how like cute and young you guys all were. And she's like, you know, my God, I can't.
Poor life grabbed us.
Yeah, I can't believe how young they are and how cute they are. And you know, and I was like, you know, I saw this tour in a basement of a church. And when and then you look to where you guys are now, and seeing you guys play in a basement, you know, regardless of who it is, it's different and it's charming, and it's also has that connection to like you said, your past and what the reality is now. So it's I don't know, man. It's you, like you said, it's uniquely you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, we've got it set up really well, and everyone that's a part of it is either modern crew that works with us or people that have toured with us forever, you know, from the past. So it's very comfortable. And you know, this time obviously we're doing Automata 1 and 2. And 2 of those songs we've never played before.
Sweet.
So
No, I know a
that'll
lot
be
of
cool.
people, you know, have been asking online. You know, I'm all in the Discord. You know, Btbam family out there. You know, sometimes they can be harsh in the comments in the past. Shout out to Papa Crip, who's the king, by the way. He's the moderator on Reddit. But um, I'm all over the Discord. I'm all over the Reddit. You know, I see what people are talking about, and everybody's pumped, and they're wondering, like, are you doing both records both nights, or is it one on Friday, 2 on Saturday?
Yeah, we're doing both. I mean, it was written and recorded as one. It got split up after.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing 1 and 2 both nights.
That's awesome.
Because if you know, it'd be like an EP per night if it wasn't the full thing.
Right.
You know, I'm sure it's going to be very relaxed, and we're just going to be jamming the tunes. You know, I don't.
Not gonna be
We're not
getting
gonna
buck
put,
wild.
yeah, we're not going to put like a ton of pressure on ourselves. I'm about to make y'all full screen.
Full screen.
Done. I don't know why I didn't do that already.
Executive decision now.
Yeah. And scene. But yeah, man, it'll be chill. You know, we're used to it. We're comfortable. Be nice just to be in a room together and play some music, man. I mean, Jesus, this is the longest all of us have been home in. I mean, me personally, I haven't been home this long since I was 17.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, our last show was a year ago, man. That's crazy. It's just wild. I mean, I don't really know how we've survived, you know, just sitting around all the time. It's just not what we're used to, you know?
Dude, well, that's awesome. I'm sorry. Just like, to me, I think it's really cool that you get to play with your bros and breathe with your bros, because when I go into work every day, like because of like COVID protocols and stuff, like I'm locked in the office for like anywhere from 8 to 12, 13 hours a day. And like, I just saw one of my coworkers and I hadn't seen them in 7 months yesterday. And like, I lost my shit in the hallway because like we got these contact tracers and you can't be within like 6 or 7, you know, feet of anybody, because otherwise you'll get a call from like Big Brother and they'll be like, look, dude, what the hell were you doing? So like, you know, I saw one person.
And 6 feet is like within Daryl's wingspan too,
dude. Like, and that's the thing is like you can't fist bump, you can't high five, you can't do any of that. Like you got to play it safe. But like I literally almost had like a happy seizure when I saw somebody, and then I like ran to my room like a fucking toddler because I was super happy about it. So to be like with your bros and like I just that's cool to me, man. Like it really is.
Yeah, I mean we're stoked, man. Like I said, it's weird being away from each other that long. I mean, at this point, we've spent more time around each other than we have with our families. You know what I mean? So it's just a weird. It's a whole
different dynamic.
Yeah, it's bizarre, man. I'm ready. You know, COVID needs to fuck off already. You know, it's been going on long enough. You know,
you're seeing
vaccines are rolling out. You know, I'm seeing a lot of shit online about, you know, like Texas just took their shirts off. They're partying out there. Budweiser's going ham. I'm kind of waiting to see what the hell is going to happen there. That's kind of wild. But I'm seeing stuff in California, and they're saying like movie theaters could open up in the next few weeks. I saw another article saying that certain venues and certain musical situations will be happening in California. Nashville, people have been playing pretty much all year, just at small capacity. Like in Nashville, you go into a bar and there's bands playing, but now they're open till 1, and I don't really think they have capacity, restrictions or whatever. I don't really go out, so I don't know, but it seems like we're getting closer and closer and closer and
Absolutely.
closer. So
See, what I think they're going to do is, these bands that maybe were playing theaters are going to go kind of back to like the club size, where they're going to space them out and charge crazy money because they can only have a certain, like, that's going to be what I think a lot of the Live Nation, Ticketmaster, evil geniuses are going to try and pull off, is just, okay, limit the capacity, just increase the, make it more intimate experience, sell it as like it's this intimate, oh, you don't normally see Tool in a club, and that'll be $800.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of these festivals will just be huge ass bands, but obviously playing a 18,000 seat outdoor amphitheater is probably it's probably safer being outside than being in a 2,000 cap
100%.
Yeah.
club.
You would think that should
So
be like the first thing, is like the Tweeter Center or whatever the hell it's called down in Camden now.
yeah, I mean, our tour, the Evening With tour that was, scheduled for last May, whenever that happens, all tickets will be honored that were already bought. And, there's a lot of those shows were sold out. So,
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work. I don't have any sort of information. I'm just hoping it's not a nightmare. We just want to play some fucking tunes, man, for our
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
We want to see faces, be on stage, man. I don't know. At this point, I mean, Jesus Christ, I feel like everybody's got PTSD. I mean, shit. I walk into a restaurant to pick up food and there's a bunch of people in there. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it's definitely had a psychological effect on everyone. There's either people that don't give a fuck and they think it's fake, or there's people that are super isolated and careful, or there's people that are kind of just like in the middle and
Yeah.
they get both sides. But
Well, that's the problem, is that everything has gotten so charged, and you can't even, it's difficult to have a reasonable conversation about it. And it's funny you bring that up, because we're actually in the next couple of weeks here, we're going to have a doctor from the Mayo Clinic is coming on the podcast to talk to us about COVID and, some of the things that are going on with it. And it's like you said, like there's got to be a happy medium of the information and what the real situation is, and
well, it'd be nice if like you could cut on the TV and get real information, but that's not
no,
an
right.
option. The media, they're a bunch of clowns, and
Yeah.
You can't really, you don't know what's true or not. You know what I mean? Like, yes, COVID is real. My mom just almost died. She was hospitalized, had double pneumonia, and thank God for the antibody infusion or whatever they did to her. But she's still on oxygen for like months, dude. She's got like tanks in her house. My dad had it, my grandpa had it, he was hospitalized all at the same time.
Shit.
My brother and his wife had it. So it's real, it's not made up, it's very serious.
Absolutely.
And people are fucking sick. Then there's some people that aren't very sick. So science doesn't even understand what's going on yet. I got doctor friends and they're like, man, it doesn't make any sense. We're zipping up body bags with people in their 20s. It's not just old people. Like, it doesn't make sense. We're sitting there scratching our heads like, what in the hell is going on?
Right.
So,
and then if you even try to have a conversation and we even have to be careful because this will be on YouTube. But if you even try to just say like, well, what about the other factors that played into it? It's like, no. We're not talking about that. It's like, well, but maybe like the Florida approach seems to be like, well, we trust you to make a reasonable decision for yourself, you know? And I think
Can
that's
you trust humans to make reasonable decisions nowadays?
generally no, but I know
Can you?
I can trust myself to make a reasonable decision,
Yeah, I
you know?
mean, yeah, I can
And
trust myself as well, but
right. So, and that's the whole
Yep.
thing is like, so are we gonna say like the majority that can, put our shoes on and, go to work and be careful, not to. And I think that's where we're getting to this point where a lot of people like, I mean, I've been going into work, for a long time now, and I see a lot of cars commuting into work every day, the same cars. So I know a lot of people are feel like they're back, and that's why it's starting to feel unfair to industries like, performers, entertainers, just entertainment in general, that certain things are being allowed, but other things aren't. Um, so we'll
well, like I said, man, the vaccines are rolling out. If I have to get a shot to go back to work and be safe, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Fine, I would gladly do it. I just want everyone. I want to be able to play shows, and I want everyone that's coming to be safe, and I want my guys and myself to be safe. So whatever we have to
Yeah.
do to be responsible adults is fine. It's great. It's just, but I mean, nobody
But
really knows what's right or wrong. You
right.
just have to. I feel like the important thing is just to have respect for the person next to you.
Yeah.
That's a great way to live your life, regardless of what you're talking about, what issue you're talking about. As long as you are a decent human and you give a shit about those people over there and those people over there, everything will probably work out all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Responsibility, man. Got to.
yeah, we're all adults here. So yeah, man, I stay out of that. I don't really post about anything. I don't really want to. I don't care enough to argue with anybody.
Right.
I just I want everyone to be happy, and I want to be happy, and I want everyone to be safe, and I want to be safe, and hopefully it will happen sooner than later.
I
What
think
else can you say?
I think yeah, exactly. I think we're well on our way towards it. And, a lot of it is also going to be people's attitudes and how they behave, I was saying on this pod here a couple months ago, 2021, when the calendar flips over, it's not just going to magically erase all the problems of 2020. And like, there's a lot of memes like, oh, it's, it's over. And it's like, no, man, we're all still the same people. It's still the same situation. And, if we're not all doing better on a daily basis, it's not going to add up to the grand prize. And, like what you're talking about here and what you've been doing lately, working out, getting healthy. I mean, you look great. You look like you lost a lot of weight, and
Stud.
that's just that building every day, consistent building. The same way you learn how to shred.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not getting any younger. I found a few little grays in here. Shit's getting wild.
No.
Dude, I got some grays in here that are
Yeah.
like outrageous.
I'm about to just name them each month. This one's
Dude.
January.
At least yours are like spread out in the middle. Like I got like this scar thing where like the right
but
part
that's
is
distinguished.
like, and then this is like all black. It's ridiculous.
I think it's sick, dude.
You got to put all your change in your left pocket like tin cup. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like double notch your left shoe.
I know, it's just like that way. That way, it's all like kind of delineated and makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just you get older, especially when you've traveled, as much as I have. It wears on your body, and even the stuff you're eating, what you're drinking, how you're living, the amount of sleep you're getting, like what you put your body through, that shit'll catch up to you one day, man. So, I think there is little, like a silver lining to all this situation, because I've experienced a lot of change in my life over this. I've had time to really think and put a lot of focus on myself and getting healthy, which may not have happened if life never slowed down, man. You know what I mean? And I feel better. Obviously, I want to be playing music, but I feel better mentally and physically than I probably ever have. Um, just keeping my side of the street clean, man. You know, and being home this long has given me that opportunity. I've met a lot of like-minded people that live like I do, that are also musicians. And it's been cool. I get to hear their experience and how long they've been doing this and like the change they've experienced and whatnot. And it's really inspiring, man. So I kind of got a fire under my ass to just be the best I can possibly be in every way. You know what I mean? Just no
Absolutely.
more, no more bullshit, no more uh being irresponsible, even with shit I eat. I can't have no more pie, you know.
No more
Can't be
pie.
fucking with can't be fucking with French fries.
Oh,
It sucks, man. But hey, I'm trying to get real old. I'm trying to still be hanging out playing guitar when I'm real old. So
Yeah, like, look at Steve Howe. He's fucking still ripping it. He's like 90.
yeah, I'm trying to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
you can do it.
I don't
Well,
know my
shit,
hands.
you're doing it though right now, man. You fucking jacked right now, dude. Shit.
I'm trying to.
Well,
Trying to, man. Takes a
so
while to reverse all the damage,
yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. What have you been doing to work out? Like, what's your routine been?
My best friend, Mike Rossi. You can actually see this dude on $1 million listings. We grew up together in Clemens, North Carolina, and he's been out in Hollywood for probably 13, 14 years now. And he's a musician, actor, and he's cranked. Just barely has any body fat. Super, super healthy guy. And he's come out to Nashville a few times in the last year, and he shared his workout program with me. So I have like a Monday through Friday regiment that's every body part, um, every body part, every muscle group, even the penis or whatever. But uh, Saturday, Saturday I usually try to throw in some sort of boot camp workout that's just like, um, high intensity, full body. Um, they usually have these things where you start on a treadmill for like 20 minutes and it's brutal because I hate running. And then the last 20-25 minutes is kind of like on the floor with some weights, lots of core stuff that's real weird that I would have never been able to do this years ago with how my back injury was, but now I'm feeling real strong, man, and I don't really have a lot of pain anymore.
Nice.
So it's just good, man. It feels good, feels
Hell
good to
yeah.
be active and to
Well, it's good
sweat.
for it's good for your brain.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You get that charge, and then that carries over into other areas of your life. I was just talking about it with Daryl. Drumming again and getting that kind of like adrenaline pump that you get from playing music and realizing your passion, kind of like remembering it a little bit. Um, it does something in your brain that's different than like a normal, at least for me, that's still a little different than like a normal like workout energy, and it just kind of makes my creative part of my brain just fire up and get inspired. It's one of those things like, why don't I do this all the time?
I think
Damn.
it's just hard to get started, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when you haven't been physical for a long time, getting in the routine of doing it takes several weeks before something clicks in you and you're like, all right, I like this. I like how I feel. I like, I mean, I've never really liked the gym, man. I grew up playing sports, but I was playing music all the time by the time I was 16, 17, so I wasn't really playing anymore. And um but now, man, like I always start with a bunch of cardio, like 20, 30 minutes on the stairs at a pretty fast pace. And you're super sweaty. And then I go do my lifting, which makes you just as sweaty when you're doing it right. So by the time you leave, you just feel cleansed, man. Your mind feels good, you feel accomplished, and you
Yep.
go take that shower. You just feel like $1,000,000 when you get dressed, man.
Hell yeah.
Um, I wish I'd have started doing this shit 10 years ago, but hindsight is 2020, they say.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's great, man. And I hope you keep pushing it and pushing the envelope. And like you said, man, that's like the journey that we're all on, and that's the cool thing about this podcast is that at one point or another, we're all helping each other kind of achieve that single goal, which is, the best at what I'm doing and living
Yeah,
the
man.
best way that I can,
Yeah,
and
man.
and sharing that with people and being open about it, and being like, hey, we just had a conversation on the podcast that released last week with Chris Wilson and Naquan Lee about, you know, things clicking, and then when you learn it, being able to share it with other people because you want them to do well too. And whether that's like a guitar technique or a workout routine, or just like, hey man, read this book, it might set something off for you. That's what this whole thing's all about, man.
Yeah, I mean, it goes even deeper, man. When you're striving to just feel better and to live better, it can go into all different aspects of your life, man. My best friend Mike, I was talking about, he's a sober dude, and he inspired me to go sober. And I'm like 6 months without drinking and stuff now. So um it just helps everything in my life. It's helped my playing, it's helped my attention span, depression, anxiety, um fitness, you know relationships with everybody, being present and clear, and with your family, with your with your band, with anybody, man, with strangers, with just kind of more, you're more there just all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
he's been a very big inspiration to me in my life. um and he's really been the person that's kind of supported me, and kind of pushed me to try to see how far I can get, like how far can I push this for myself, and how well can I do. um and yeah, man, life's different. I'm actually stoked to be able to tour again, living differently,
Yeah,
wake up,
experience it a whole different way.
go to the
Hell
gym
yeah.
every day before the show. um Obviously when you rock and roll for a long time, you're gonna probably drink a lot. I did for a long time. And
Yeah.
you know we did for a long time. And whatever, man, it's different for everybody, but
Yep.
for me personally, I feel a lot better this way. So I had my fun with all that. So yeah, it's just this was a really, really good move, man. And I've met a lot of awesome like-minded people, and some of which that are like, musical heroes of mine, that also had the same thoughts, and they were like, fuck this, I'm not gonna waste my time on this shit anymore. And then their lives just, you can see, it's like you have a blanket over your head when you're just so engulfed in that lifestyle, and boom, it just comes off, and you're like, damn, you can see everything so much clearer to you, and you
There's
just kind of
trees out here.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hell
what the
yeah.
hell's that guy doing? It's I don't know, man. I got a lot of gratitude nowadays for everything. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yes, I'm healthy everywhere.
That's great, man. That's really great to hear.
I'm gonna have to take some advice from you, man. Like, how do you stay away from the French fries, bro, and the biscuits and all the cooks? I mean, like, how did you do that? Because like I'm struggling with that, man. I was talking to my buddy Mike today, and he was we're just kind of lamenting on the Dunlap syndrome, and it's how my belly is Dunlapped over my fucking waist. So like, and it's not much because I still do hit the gym occasionally, but like with COVID and then trying to be safe and then not, people, and even though like the capacity is down in the morning, but it's still like there's a lot more people in here than probably in this close quarters eSport LA fitness environment that I shouldn't be around. And dude, it's just crazy. And there's just a lot of good food in the world, man. And
Yeah. But you know what's crazy, man, is you find out you can like eat a lot of good food that's not that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I eat really well, and you can eat a lot of it. It's just, heavy starches and stuff that's like super high in carb. I eat a lot of vegetables.
Yeah.
Pretty much just like a meat and vegetable guy.
Dude, I got a walk. My parents gave us a walk, and I've been firing up the veggies lately. It's like, it's crazy. And like, I said something stupid to my buddy. Like, I ate a pear today, and I'm like, man, when was the last time I had a fucking pear? Like, this thing is good.
Yeah,
some
man,
good shit in here.
I've been like buying what are they, Fuji or Fiji apples? Are they Fuji?
Fiji apples, man.
I put them in the fridge, and man, that's a tight ass snack. You never realize growing up, it's like good.
Yeah.
But it's like with anything, man. When you eat a bunch of fast food and a bunch of fried shit, you're gonna crave it all the time. When you eat a bunch of sugar or drink a bunch of sugar, you're gonna crave it all the time. When you stop doing it, you don't really crave it anymore.
Right.
Obviously, if I'm somewhere and somebody's got some seasoned French fries, or like,
a seasoned curly.
You know what really fucks me up is those Barstool pizza reviews. That shit.
Well, dude, now that he's in Philly,
bomb.
Now that he's in Philly, a lot of the places he goes, I'm like, oh, I know exactly where that is. Like, oh, just fucking go.
It
get
always
a fucking
looks so
sub.
good though. Like I had to stop watching them because I was like,
he's the man.
When we were recording, I was watching so many of them, and I was like, man, I've got to eat some pizza.
Dude.
And there's this vegan place in Winston that the guys always go to, Mozzarella Fellas, and I got like a healthier pizza there. I think it was even cauliflower crust.
Oh yeah,
it was good though, man. It was really, really good, and it kind of satisfied me. But out here we got a chain called Jet's Pizza in Nashville, and they have a cauliflower crust pizza that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's so good.
See, I tried that cauliflower crust, but like my wife is a chef, and she was like, well, if you want to start eating a little bit healthier, let me try some different, because I love pizza. That's my favorite food
Pizza
ever.
is the bomb, man.
She tried it with the cauliflower crust, and I was just like, babe, you're great, but it's just not the same.
You gotta go to like a, not to discredit her skills or anything, but it's just, I've heard a lot of people say that, but you gotta find like a pizza chain that has perfected it and it's crispy. It's not
that's
floppy.
The thing. That's the thing. It was too soft.
Undercooked.
Like, see, that's the thing. That's the problem. That's why you don't like it, because the one here, I've had a few, and the one here, how do I even describe it? You know how when you're growing up and you'd get Pizza Hut, and you would get the like the square one.
Pizza Hut.
Right.
It was like crispy but spongy.
Yeah.
That's how this is. So it's like a thin crust.
Yeah, I need that.
It's crispy, and it's bomb.
Yeah,
and it's not super terrible for you. I even had a pizza. I can't remember the brand, but they make a low carb cheese pizza, and the bread is like, the crust is made out of chicken. It sounds bizarre.
What?
It sounds bizarre. It's like really.
It's made out of chicken.
Yeah, like the crust is just like a really thin chicken. But it's like
that's crazy talk right there.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I didn't even realize. I thought it was cauliflower, and I was eating it, and I was like,
Some
this
good
is
cauliflower.
good, but what is this? And
What is
then I
this
looked at the
I'm eating?
box, and it was like chicken crust cheese pizza. I was like, what the fuck?
It's like when KFC did that double down for a while, and it's like a chicken sandwich with instead of buns, it was just like 2 pieces of fried chicken with then like 10 pieces of bacon in the middle of it, and you just
Oh my God.
it was
or
awesome.
the donut burger.
Yeah,
It's like a burger with donuts for bread. It's like, I mean,
There's a
how
donut
long are
burger?
you
Oh, yeah.
trying to live?
What?
just long
You know?
enough.
I didn't even know it was a donut burger.
Oh,
Where is
yeah.
this at?
I've tasted it. I tasted it somewhere on tour years ago. I mean, whatever. Like 1 bite, you're like, interesting. 2 bites, you're like, I need a wheelchair.
Duck Donuts is they're like taking over, and you go and you get like your custom, $16 dozen donuts, and they make like a donut breakfast sandwich. You can get it's like 2 donuts with like a fucking egg and cheese
Oh,
sausage in there.
is it
Yeah.
good or is it just like?
I don't know, but I'm
I feel
willing
like
to try it.
that's-
I'll find out and let you know.
I feel like that's overwhelming, even for me.
They they built one of those right by where Blake lives.
Dude, I bet he's lighting that thing up.
I don't know. I think Blake's been I think he's been on a health kick too. Because I mean, shit, to play drums like he does, you probably got to be kind of healthy, huh?
Oh yeah, well
Hell
that'll
yeah.
keep you in shape too.
Yeah, but I know my sister went. I've never had those, but my sister
It's a good
said they're
time.
really good.
Yeah, it's a good time. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it. Highly recommend the Duck Donuts. That's great, man. So a couple more things I wanted to ask you about the stream before I completely forget. What are you guys doing? You were talking about people having a good time and being stoked on it. And one of the things I know people were really engaged in the Q&A, and you guys were kind of doing the walkthrough of the colors recordings and things like that. Are you guys doing anything like that? Like, what are you guys doing as far as like giveaways? I know people are curious about that. Like, what kind of stuff do you have planned for the Automata stream here this weekend on Twitch?
There are some giveaways. They're kind of being advertised, very slowly. There will be some cool things you can win. Like I think we've already advertised the Automata banner, and there was something else I can't remember, but we have a few more packages that are going to be super dope. Some of our gear companies have helped out. And we are going to have a discussion, I think Saturday after the second stream, like a nighttime kind of Automata breakdown, hang out and talk, answer some questions and whatnot. I don't know how much like the colors one it'll be, but I'm sure anything anyone wants to ask, we'll be able to answer, obviously. But I'm probably the worst one to ask because all I've been doing is practicing these damn songs.
So
I'm usually the one that can remember songs and parts for like years and years, but I maxed out my brain so much for the new album that I had to go back and relearn some of this stuff. I was just like,
it's like you have to take it and put it on the shelf.
Yeah, man. I was just
Yeah.
like, what in the hell? How did I forget that part? What is that?
Then you just go on YouTube and find an army of tweens that are playing it, and you're like, oh, that's how I did it.
We got tab files for pretty much everything, so I'll just kind of go in and be like, oh, okay, I got it.
That's good. You get your own little library there. So what time, this Friday and Saturday on Twitch, on the Between the Buried and Me official Twitch, what time is the action starting there?
I wasn't prepared for this question, so I'm going to look on the band page right now. Let's see.
The reason I'm asking you is because honestly, I looked and I couldn't find it.
March 19th. March 19th and 20th are the streams. Why don't we have this information? Time.
It's called 7 p.m. Eastern. If everybody's at their television or mobile device at 7 p.m. Eastern, I think there's a 98% chance you will catch the entire stream.
Well, I think the Saturday one is going to be earlier, like in the afternoon. I think Friday is going to be Friday night, and then it's going to be Saturday early afternoon for the performance, and then Saturday night will be the Q&A breakdown. I should have this information. I don't know why I don't have this information.
Well, we got time. We'll splice it in. Daryl can make a little,
here we go.
a little graphic that goes over that says boom.
I got it. So Friday is at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Right
Saturday is 3 p.m. Eastern. And then the in-depth discussion is Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Perfect. Now we got it all nailed. And I gave you all the visual cues there for you to put the graphic in.
Bubbly.
Is that one of those like stevia seltzers?
No, it's just 0 calorie, 0 everything soda water. This one, all right. Normally, like if you go get like a Perrier lime, it tastes like some shit that would kill some weeds in your driveway.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
This one, the bubbly, kind of tastes like Sprite.
Nice. I love Sprite.
It's
Daryl's a Sprite guy.
That's my
Sprite,
deal.
Sprite's too sweet for me, but this one, I don't know, man. I think I'm just like used to drinking this shit, but it's real good. I like the blackberry one too.
Yeah, I'm on it.
But I think the best brand of soda water, because I drink this shit like it's going out of style. The Aha brand is like the most crisp, and they got all these like weird flavor combos.
I see some of them like pineapple jalapeno. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's drinking this?
They got like a cherry coffee one that sounds like it would be nasty, but it's bomb. They got like a watermelon something. I don't know. A blueberry. What the hell was that one? I don't know. I can't remember fucking anything, but yeah, those are probably the best ones. I drink this shit all day, every day.
Love it. I'm getting some
Delicious.
You're well hydrated. I go out,
yeah, clear pee is what you want.
Clear pee is my pee.
It's no my pee.
Clear pee is pee for me. Something like that. That's great, man. Yeah. So, Dusty, where's the best? What are the social media plugs? What's the best way to keep up with you if somebody listening to this has no idea, but now they need more of you? What's the best place to keep up with you?
You can find Btbam official on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram under my name, Dustie Waring. That's with an IE, not a Y. Everybody misspells the shit out of that. I started an artist page on Facebook, but I literally haven't done anything with it because it seems too exhausting to have a million different social media outlets.
It is exhausting.
Obviously, I have a Twitter. I think it's Dusty Btbam, but I don't. I pretty much just look at boxing Twitter when fights happen. I don't really say anything cool. But yeah, Instagram is my main plug. Do a lot of work on there, but yeah, man, I got these sitting here because I got these for a buddy of mine, and he still hadn't come to get them. Sorry, fuck. These are my new pickups.
Oh, tell us about those.
Yeah, these are the Gen 2 Tomahawks. We did a version 2 of my original pickup that is the bomb, and these ones are gold. I've actually never seen them in gold.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I haven't seen a gold cover.
They look sweet.
He's got a Les
on the
Paul,
purple. The Waring
lefty Les Paul. He's gonna throw those in. It's got a gold hardware. Should be cool.
Oh, that'll be nice. I used to have a white Les Paul with Alpine white with gold hardware. One of my faves.
I got another question right before we get out. And I don't want to keep you too long, but you said that you've been watching some TV series, and I'm inkling for some TV series, man.
Yeah,
I need something that's good.
Great callback, Daryl. Thank you.
Boom.
Hit me.
All right. So since I've been home, I've watched about 690 different ones. So
nice.
I watched Fargo.
Oh, great
series.
Series. Intense, right?
Season 1 is the best in my eyes, by far. Season 2 is good, but it takes a while.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 was bizarre.
Yeah.
Season 4 was super bizarre, but like ended, and you're like, oh. It's bizarre how different every season is. But
Is
I've
the
watched
fourth
season
one the one? What's the new one? Is that the fourth? I haven't watched the newest one yet.
Yeah, the fourth one's with Chris Rock.
Is it as emotionally devastating as some of the earlier ones? Because that's kind of why I've been avoiding it. That's
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. My thing with season 4 is like, if you're gonna get some tough dude to play a gangster, why the fuck did you get Chris Rock?
Mm.
I mean, his voice isn't intimidating. You know what I mean? He's got kind of like a really high registered voice, and
Yeah.
even when he looks mean, he doesn't look mean. So that was, I think it was like poor casting on their part. But so I watched all the Fargos, really enjoyed season 1. I've watched look, I'm about to break out my Prime account so I don't miss anything.
Do it.
Light it up. Light it up.
Do it.
Let's
I need
see.
I've been watching Ancient Aliens on Hulu. That's pretty good.
I watch a lot of murder docs because I like Criminal Psych. Like,
Dude,
I watched,
my wife loves
Night
that.
Stalker.
Yeah, I've been hearing about
Night
that. Is that
Stalker
good?
was good.
Yeah.
That guy's metal as shit. I watched Murder in the Bayou. That was pretty wild.
Okay.
I went back and watched Party Down again because that show is so great. Let's see. What was that one? I watched the show with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant. What is that called? The
What? I don't even know what that's about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That just sounds like a great combination.
It's
The
where Hugh
Undoing.
Grant, he's like a dickhead, right? He plays like a bad guy.
Yeah, and there's a girl in that show I'm in love with, this Italian actress. I can't remember her name. But yeah, I'm in love with her now.
What was the name of that one? I didn't get it.
The Undoing.
Okay. The Undoing.
Daryl's in.
Pretty good. And then I watched what was that one called? City on a Hill.
I heard about that one.
It's it's like your typical Boston thing, but it's kind of shot more like, I don't know. It was different. It wasn't like you were watching like something like Fargo, it was more like Law and Order type, just like the mood of it. I don't know.
Mhm.
It just seemed like more like something you'd see on normal TV. It was all right. Let's think. What else have I watched?
Getting the goods right now.
I know. I knew I was gonna space, and
If you got Prime, man, you should check out Steven Seagal's Lawman. That's a good one. That's when he was a cop. It's like a cops with Steven Seagal. That's really good. Really
There's
good.
no way I'm watching that. Fucking Steve.
Yeah, Big Steve.
You know what's crazy? I've probably watched Rescue Me start to finish like 600 times.
That's a good show.
That one's still pretty funny. It's still kind of
Dennis Leary's great, man.
Kind of holds up. Yeah, I watched that Patrice O'Neill.
Oh, how was that?
The one Bill Burr did. It was amazing.
I saw Patrice.
Funny.
I had a chance to see Patrice the years, obviously, rest in peace. But yeah, dude, he's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, he was so natural, man. Just amazing. I've been listening to I do a lot of podcasts, like listen to a lot of podcasts. The new Bill Burr just started doing one with Verzi. Anything Better? That's pretty good because they just talk sports all the time, and they talk about stories like traveling together when Bill gets mad at people, starts just cutting people. Seeing if there's anything else I see.
I keep hearing about that WandaVision.
WandaVision's great. It's at first you're like, why the fuck am I watching?
That's like my buddy said. Like
WandaVision?
Yeah.
What is that about?
I can't even explain it to you. It's a Marvel show on Disney Plus. It's worth it. You get through the first fourth episode. After the fourth episode, you're like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
WandaVision.
But and then in hindsight, it's great, and you'll want to go back and watch it again. But it's it's
That's my buddy. So he said the first 2 episodes are like, you're like, what the hell is going on? But
I'm
then after
wasting
that,
my
you're
time.
like,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
all
starting to
in.
get angry about halfway through the second episode.
Yeah.
Angry you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
I've been watching some Last Chance U. Have y'all watched that?
Oh, dude, have I watched it? And then also they fucking got like all the Emmys and we didn't after fucking Hard Knocks. So yeah.
I always watch Hard Knocks. I love Hard Knocks.
Always. Well, Dusty, my man, it's been great catching up with you, my brother. Always good to see you. So glad you're doing well. You're healthy. You look good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to check out the stream this weekend on the 19th and the 20th, and the Q&A and all the excitement that comes along with it. And I know the fans, the Btbam faithful, they're overwhelming and positive and a lot of fun, and they're all excited for this too. So keep up the great work, man.
Yeah, man, it's great to see you guys again. I look forward to being able to hang in person.
Oh yeah,
fucking
DC,
right.
You promised me a big ass hug whenever.
You already know what it is, Dusty. That's what's happening. And I got to hit you up with some. I need some cardio fucking workouts, man.
Yeah, we'll all just run around the South Street together. It'll be a great time. We can
hug each other. It'll be great.
Quite a visual.
Yeah, man.